welcome to Live at 4 on this Monday. Hope you all had a nice weekend.
Rainy days and Mondays.
Yeah, but yesterday was just gorgeous.
Wasn't it great?
Got the garage cleaned out?
I know. It was great. Great day to be outside.
Yeah, not today.
And today we're going to be taking your phone calls for Dr. Zorba Pastor. We're going to be talking about the biggest issue in the news, the coronavirus.
Absolutely. That's topping our news today. The state of New York now has the most cases of coronavirus in the country, and more people are being tested.
As the number of coronavirus cases continues to rise, the market is tumbling again. We'll get a look at the final numbers from Wall Street.
And the two frontrunners remaining in the Democratic presidential primaries are making their final case to voters in 6 states today.
Let's take a look outside today. Boy, it was a steady rain today.
It really was. A little chilly. Reminder that it is March. Sun returns tomorrow, though. That's some good news. Dana's in the backyard. With the umbrella.
With the umbrella, yes.
There you go.
I tried. I don't mind the rain so much, so I tried to come out here without it, but just coming down a little too much to go without the umbrella, at least for me currently. So here's a live look with our Edgewater Skycam. We've had water droplets all over the camera today. It has just been a bit of a dreary Monday, but it certainly does feel like spring outside. Temperatures are in the upper 40s. 48 is still 10 degrees above average with a bit of a breeze from the south of southwest in the single digits. Looking at our Doppler over the last 3 hours. You see the rain continuing through most of southern Wisconsin. Some folks have had some off and on showers, some breaks mixed on in there, but there's also a little heavier rain mixed in at times. Right now it seems like those heavier showers along the very southern edge of Grant County. So know that your drive home is going to include the rain. It'll be probably a little slower for those heavier rainfall areas as traffic tends to slow down when we see just a little bit of rain. Not always a bad thing, though. We'll take a look at traffic right now, actually, see how things are looking on the roads. 3990 right at 81 has a lot of construction right now, so we've seen a lot of cars get backed up around there. But along the Beltline, the delays are still on the eastbound side, heading towards John Nolan. Westbound doesn't look too bad at this time. Downtown, actually, pretty good as well. 25 minutes to get from Janesville to the Beltline, 16 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton, and 15 minutes to get from Sun Prairie to downtown on this dreary evening. You will not need the shades, but hopefully your windshield wiper blades are in good condition because you'll need those for the drive home this evening.
Hear the rain hitting the umbrella. It's coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it's coming down pretty steady. They're big drops, too. It's very heavy.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes, Dana. Thank you.
Thank you, Dana. First at 4, the number of coronavirus cases in the U.S. has topped 500 as federal, state, and local officials in at least 34 states and the District of Columbia work to contain the outbreak.
And now a cruise ship carrying people with the virus has finally reached land. Skylar Henry reports from the White House.
Passengers aboard the Grand Princess cruise ship docked in Oakland, days after being held off the coast amid a coronavirus outbreak. At least 21 Americans on board who tested positive for the virus will be treated at area hospitals, while hundreds of others are quarantined at U.S. military bases for 14 days.
Individuals will not come in contact with general public at any point.
As the virus continues to spread, the state of New York is distributing its own line of hand sanitizer to transit workers in schools.
This is a superior product to products now on the market. This is 75% alcohol.
In D.C., health officials are asking anyone who attended Christ Church, Georgetown to self-quarantine. The church's rector was named as the district's first confirmed case.
The church further suspended all services and meetings until further notice.
Sources tell CBS News President Trump will huddle with economic advisors at the White House to look at targeted relief measures for businesses and industries feeling the impact of coronavirus.
He and his economic team have the tools to keep this economy going strong, but the public health and protecting the American people is the #1 priority for all of us.
For now, the State Department is warning Americans not to travel by cruise.
It's our responsibility to protect the vulnerable. When I say protect, I mean right now, not wait until things get worse.
Federal health officials say a majority of state and local health labs in all 50 states are now equipped to test for coronavirus. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
At least 21 people in the U.S. have died of coronavirus. Worldwide, the outbreak has killed close to 4,000 people.
The financial markets closed down today after stocks took investors on yet another wild ride driven by coronavirus fears and a crash in oil prices. A weekend dispute over oil prices between Russia and Saudi Arabia sparked the steep drops. Russia is refusing to roll back production even as demand falls amid the coronavirus coronavirus outbreak. In response, Saudi Arabia is ramping up its own output, causing a supply glut that is bringing down the price of oil.
Two superpowers, the largest, most powerful commodity, going at each other in a tit-for-tat type fashion. That sort of sent everything, into a spiral, kind of like a perfect storm.
Adding to that perfect storm, building coronavirus fears. Within the first minute of trading, the Dow plummeted more than 1,800 points, and the S&P dropped more than 7%. That triggered a 15-minute pause in trading so that investors could step back and try to figure out what was going on. Financial experts expect the volatility will continue, but add Americans should keep their focus on their long-term investment goals. When the closing bell finally sounded, stocks suffered historic losses. Well, not quite that bad, but the Dow plunged.
That's a problem.
2013, or over 7%, its biggest drop since 2008. The Nasdaq lost 624 points. The S&P 500 fell 225.
My 401k doesn't need to see those numbers.
No, exactly.
All right, Italy's government has taken drastic steps in an effort to control the spread of the coronavirus. Its northern regions are now under a near lockdown, meaning no one is allowed to enter or leave cities like Milan and Venice. With the death toll leaping from 233 to 366, the race to save each life has become a military operation. Italy's soccer games played behind closed doors. Fans are banned. At the Vatican, Pope Francis live-streamed his Sunday blessing on wide screens instead of at his papal apartment window to discourage crowds from gathering, though he did make a surprise appearance when it was over. In a Rome suburb, the faithful celebrated Mass outdoors, adhering to government advice that members of the public should stay 3 feet away from each other.
We keep a safe distance so we can pray together, said one parishioner. But given the problems nowadays, it is important that we pray together.
Italy has enacted the most drastic measures outside of China because Italy's outbreak is one of the worst in the world outside of China. But the good news is there have been no new cases outside its hardest hit province for 2 days.
A now former Verona substitute teacher is facing second-degree sexual assault of a child charges. On Friday afternoon, Badger Ridge administration was made aware by several students of concerning behaviors and inappropriate touching by Dustin Shallert, in particular a 13-year-old female student. Within a matter of 15 minutes, he was escorted out of the classroom, brought to the office, and then off of school grounds. Shallert had most recently substituted not only at Badger Ridge, but also Core Knowledge. Verona police are investigating while Shallert is in the Dane County Jail pending charges by the district attorney's office.
The Sauk Prairie Police Department is searching for a second man in connection to an attempted homicide this weekend. According to Sauk Prairie Police, officers are looking for 18-year-old Logan Owen and 23-year-old Gunnar Tempest. They say two suspects left the scene of a shooting on Monroe Street in Sauk City in a rusty 2003 silver Buick Century, which has a distinctive mark on the passenger side door. Anyone with information is asked to call 911.
Voters in 6 more states weigh in tomorrow in the next round of presidential primaries and caucuses. The biggest prize is the battleground state of Michigan. Both Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders are campaigning in that state today. Senator Bernie Sanders is hoping to repeat his success in Michigan 4 years ago, held 4 rallies across the state in the final days before tomorrow's vote.
Michigan could be a make or break moment for Sanders. Do you see it that way?
Sure, absolutely. Yep, and I'm hoping that I can make a difference.
But it's former Vice President Joe Biden who enters the next round of contests as the frontrunner and leading in a new Monmouth University poll. President Trump is also keeping an eye on Campaign 2020. He attended a closed fundraiser in Florida before flying back to the White House. Well, Badgers head coach Greg Gard is having a good day.
You could say that. Wisconsin's 5th-year head coach is taking home some hardware. And Melissa Kim is here with this exciting news.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. You know, Greg Gard earning Big Ten Coach of the Year today. This is a special award because it's not just voted on by the media, it's voted on by his peers, so his fellow coaches. Greg Gard helped lead the team to a 21-10 record this season, and they finished the regular season schedule on an 8-game winning streak. The Badgers overcoming a lot of adversity this season, first with a tragic accident involving assistant coach Howard Moore in May, losing Kobe King, and then also the team's strength coach this season. And while Gard led the team through all of that, he says this award isn't just for him. Naturally, he said it's about the team.
This is a team award, and you're not in this position if you don't have a really good team. And I'm fortunate to be able to coach those guys, along with the job my assistant coaches have done has been phenomenal. But you know, we were trying to find our way, and we're literally, I know it sounds very cliche, but walking one day at a time, one practice at a time, one game at a time, and just trying to get better every day. And fortunately, for all of us, our team did a phenomenal job of rallying around each other and bonding together and continue to grow and get better as the season unfolded.
Wisconsin now heads off to Indianapolis for this week's Big Ten tournament, where they will play either Michigan or Rutgers. That's at 11 o'clock this Friday. But, you know, really no matter what happens this weekend, we can expect to hear their name called on Sunday, this selection Sunday. You can watch that right here, of course, on News 3 Now. And you have to smile when you think about the story, like about this team and what they've gone through this season, you know, and just everything that they've overcome and really rallied together. And one of the things that Greg Gard really said, too, about his team is, you know, when you ask about, like, who's your leading scorer, who's the top guy, he always says, you know, we don't have one star on this team. We have a team full of stars, as he puts it.
It really turned it around.
Yeah, really, really
inspiring.
It is
Very
so inspiring to watch this team this season.
Well, continued success.
Yes,
hopefully. Thank you, Melissa.
Thanks, Melissa.
There's more to come at 4. Will Loper joins us next.
When we come back, we'll find out what Will thinks of the new Pixar feature film, Onward. That's when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Don't wait until the weekend to enjoy a thick charbroil steak made to your liking. Make a weeknight steak night at High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. Well worth the short drive to Ridgeway.
Your business is your pride and joy. You raised it with hard work, from nothing but a dream. And since you care so much, naturally you want to protect it from harm. That's where we come in. Because a great insurance policy is not a necessary evil. It's the best way to keep your business happy, healthy, and profitable. And that is the silver lining. Pamper your business with a policy from West Bend.
Hi, I'm Travis Ganser. Looking to update your bath, shower, or your entire bathroom? Ganser has the answer with Bath Creations by Ganser Company. We know you're busy. Give us 80 minutes for 80 years to make a smart decision on your bath remodel.
Let us help you find the bath of your dreams. Schedule your free in-home consultation or visit our beautiful showroom on the Beltline.
Remember, Ganser has the answer. A local family-owned business of 4 generations.
Ganser, that's the answer.
Not just better, it's the best Outback ever. The new 2020 Subaru Outbacks are at Don Miller. You'll get the Outback Advantage with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and EyeSight driver assist technology. Now with the Subaru A Lot to Love event, lease the Outback Premium, $249 per month, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, no security deposit, $1949 due at signing, or choose 0.9% financing. The Outback at Don Miller Subaru, west on Odana or east side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
Okay, in my Johnsonville commercial, they open on a game show set in the 70s. Today we got Johnsonville smoked sausage made with 100% premium pork. Some brands mix meats and add fillers, but not Johnsonville. Contestant number 1 bids the closest, so he wins a boat. And he says, I don't want that boat, I want the sausage. What if I told you that boat is filled with Johnsonville smoked sausage? And that's a smoked sausage commercial made the Johnsonville way.
This March, April, and May, Diamond Joe Casino brings you the giveaway of your dreams with our Be Connected Dream Big giveaway. In addition to giving away once-in-a-lifetime gifts, trips, and cash, we've got $100,000 in progressive jackpots up for grabs. Anyone playing with their Be Connected card could win big March through May during Diamond Joe Casino's Dream Big giveaway. So don't sleep on it.
If a wedding or special event is in your future, consider the new Grand Ballroom at High Point Steakhouse. With panoramic driftless area views and an award-winning custom menu, it's the perfect choice for the perfect wedding or banquet. The Grand Ballroom at High Point Steakhouse.
Well, if you're on social media, you know it is filled with beauty and dieting products.
But government regulators say one company made health claims that went too far. Team Eat markets many of its teas and tea-infused beauty products as a way to help detox the body. The company has paid several social media influencers to promote its products, including Jordan Sparks and rapper Cardi B. But in a new complaint, the Federal Trade Commission accuses the company of misleading customers. The agency says Team Eat claimed ingredients in certain teas could not only aid in weight management, but also fight against cancerous cells and decrease migraines.
We allege that Team Eat made health claims about weight loss, claims that their products could cure everything from cancer to the common cold, and that they didn't have a good evidentiary basis to make those claims. The second problem.
FTC Commissioner Noah Phillips says warning letters were sent to 10 influencers for not clearly displaying that they were being paid by Team Eat. The agency says a social media post should include the hashtag ad like this one from Kylie Jenner. CBS News asked Team Eat for comment but did not receive any response. The company will pay $1 million fine after reaching a settlement with the government.
Brings him back.
Back like back to life?
He wanted to meet you more than anything.
Dad?
Don't tell Bart. Dad, you are in your house. Oh, boy. We've only got 24 hours to bring back the rest of Dad. We're going on a quest.
That was a clip from Onward, one of the newest movies to hit theaters. Is it worth seeing? Here to let us know is our film critic, Will Loper. Hi, Will.
Hi, Mark.
Pixar,
you know, it's always dependable, and this may not rank among their best, but, you know, it's still a heartwarming story about family with a fantasy twist that the entire family can enjoy. So this movie takes place in a world where elves, centaurs, and other fantasy creatures still exist, but magic has gone away. That is, until two brothers get hold of a staff left to them by their late father. They use a spell to bring him back for one day, but halfway through, the crystal in the staff breaks, and the two brothers must go on a quest to get a new crystal so they can complete the spell and get to spend one more day with their father. Now, the movie moves along at almost a breakneck pace as they drive towards their goal, but it does take some pit stops throughout to show just how much another day with Dad means to each of the boys. We really get to know how the loss of their father has affected them, and as you might guess, it can be a bit of a tearjerker at times, so pack those tissues. I wouldn't put it at the top of the Pixar films like Inside Out or WALL-E, but it's still very good and very enjoyable, and you know, it does what Pixar does best, which is create an experience that both kids and adults can get a lot of enjoyment out of.
I'm still always amazed by the quality of these films.
I know, just that they can turn out these movies that are consistently well done, well made, and a great experience.
So it's a road trip movie, a buddy movie, a father-son movie?
Yeah, family movie, and then you throw in some dragons and pixies and all kinds of fantasy creatures.
All right. It ends up with what rating?
We gave it 4 rabid unicorns out of 5. Now, apparently in this universe, unicorns have pretty much become raccoons that eat out of the trash.
So pretty good.
Yes, very good. All
right, next week.
Okay, we've got The Hunt. Now, this is a political satire where a group of people wake up in the woods and find they're being hunted. A lot of controversy around this one.
This was supposed to come out earlier, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to come out in September. It was delayed because of some shootings that occurred back then, and they thought, you know, but you got to wonder about the timing anytime with this kind of a movie.
Interesting. All right, well, thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
See you next week, and we'll be right back.
Norman Skintelligent is a skin balancing system enriched with probiotic technology. Skintelligent, the smart solution to healthy-looking, radiant skin. Free beauty picks with the purchase of 2 or more Merle Norman cosmetic products.
I didn't choose this exact type of metastatic breast cancer, but I did pick clarity by knowing I have a treatment that goes right at it.
Discover Piqray, a treatment that specifically targets PIK3CA mutations in HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC. Piqray is taken with fulvestrant after progression on hormone therapy and helps people live longer without disease progression. Do not take Piqray if you've had severe allergic reactions to it or any of its ingredients. Piqray can cause serious side effects, including severe allergic and skin reactions, high blood sugar levels and diarrhea that are common and can be severe, and pneumonitis. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms of severe allergic reactions or high blood sugar while taking Piqray. Your doctor will monitor your blood sugar before and during treatment, and more often often if you have type 2 diabetes. Before starting, tell your doctor if you have a history of diabetes, skin reactions, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Common side effects include rash, nausea, tiredness, weakness, decreased appetite, mouth sores, vomiting, weight loss, hair loss, and changes in some blood tests. Ask your doctor about Pickray.
Sunroom savings season is here. Four Seasons has great solutions to beat the backyard blues and save 20 to 30%. Everything from decks and pergolas to screen rooms, porch conversions, patio rooms, sunrooms, and our new life room with retractable screens are on sale now. Let CoolView show you how to tame your backyard and improve your lifestyle. Call for a free backyard survey, design, and quote.
Get a new view from CoolView.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can plunge you into deep, depressive lows. Take you to uncontrollable highs. Or make you feel both at once. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1 symptoms? Ask about Vraylar. Some medications only treat the lows or the highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1. Full spectrum relief of all symptoms with just one pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction. Or uncontrollable muscle movements may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Movement dysfunction, restlessness, sleepiness, stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
Merle Norman Skintelligent is a skin balancing system enriched with probiotic technology. Skintelligent, the smart solution to healthy-looking, radiant skin. Free beauty picks with the purchase of 2 or more Merle Norman cosmetic products.
Take a look at this. One man's insane dance moves are taking the internet by storm. Check out Javier Romero's incredibly smooth dancing style as he appears to float across the floor. Los Angeles-based dancer's ankle strength and control is incredible to watch. Javier's effortless moves make it almost look like he's roller skating on a waxed up floor.
That is incredible.
So cool.
Oh, his ankles, though. I can't stop looking at his ankles.
Oh, I think that's awesome.
Pretty cool.
So we're going to practice and have our... No, not me. We're going to get you guys in for that.
I'd end up in a cast.
Yeah, me too. Me too, exactly.
All right, rainy days and Mondays.
Rainy for Monday. We get some sun tomorrow, and then more rounds of rain.
And there's a big full moon tonight. It's too bad that it's going to be cloudy.
Oh, it was beautiful last night.
Not going to see anything tonight, unfortunately. You can sit out there and dry. It's just going to be cloudy. You're not going to see it. So again, rounds of rain for the next few days. Tomorrow, though, sunshine returning. We'll take a closer look at the soggy forecast right after the break.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinan.
It was hard to not feel discouraged Sunday, International Women's Day. Celebrating the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women feels hollow after a week in which the 2 leading women candidates for president dropped out of the race. On top of Oscar snubs and persistent wage disparities, to say nothing of oppression and abuse around the world, it's difficult to see what achievements we are actually celebrating. But the Democratic primary results are galling. How can clearly qualified, competitive candidates like Elizabeth Warren, Amy Klobuchar, and Kamala Harris come up so short? We're talking disturbingly short, as in sexist short. As far as we're concerned, we need a woman president. Both Warren and Klobuchar have the credentials, the experience, and the smarts. Compared to every other candidate in the race, and especially the 2 remaining frontrunners, there's only one reason Warren and Klobuchar failed to get enough votes. They are women, and that is profoundly troubling and wrong.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping many people with type 2 diabetes like James lower their blood sugar. A majority of adults who took Ozempic reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
Here's your A1C.
Oh,
my A1C is under 7.
And you may lose weight. Adults who took Ozempic lost on average up to 12 pounds.
I lost almost 12 pounds. Oh.
For those also with known heart disease, Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as heart attack, stroke, or death.
It lowers the risk. Oh. And I only have to take it once a week.
Oh. Ozempic is not for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping me reach my blood sugar goal.
You may pay as little as $25 per prescription. Ask your healthcare provider today about once weekly Ozempic.
Every woman's health story is different. Every woman is unique. Your story is special, and your doctor should be too. One who's part of a women's health team, so your health story is all about you.
At Upland Hills Health, we focus on you. From PMS to menopause relief, we provide comprehensive women's health care services.
The care you need, near you, for you. Upland Hills Health. We help write new health stories every day.
Wow, you ready?
Yeah, let me just grab my wallet.
Uh-oh, I've seen this before. Wallet way too big, skinny jeans too skinny.
I'll just carry it.
Before you break something, you should know you don't actually need a wallet. With BMO Harris, you can just take cash out with your phone. Or if you need to, you can pay them with Zelle. That works? Yeah. You're stuck, aren't you? Smile. Woo! Those jeans are way too tight.
That feeling you get when no wallet is no big deal. That's the BMO effect.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Just a little rainy outside, so I decided to spend my morning with the 5th graders at St. Joseph's up in Baraboo, and we had a blast talking about weather. These guys are super smart, tons of great questions, very weather aware, knew the difference between watches and warnings, and why we like to make sure people stay weather aware on those severe weather days. So if you're interested, of course, in scheduling any sort of school visit or weather visit, you can always just shoot us email, Facebook, Twitter. We're always out and about, especially when we get to hang out with some fun kids. That makes the morning go a little better when it's so dreary outside. We're expecting several chances for rain to slide through over the next several days. First opportunity, of course, today. We get a break for Tuesday, and then looking ahead to Tuesday night, there is the chance to see a bit of a mix. We could see some light snow at times with milder temperatures throughout the week. Rain showers right now stretching throughout southern Wisconsin down into Illinois. This cold front passes through. Behind it, it is going to be a little cooler outside for Tuesday. Plan on showers through the rest of your evening. They'll start to taper off closer to midnight. For Tuesday, we'll have partly sunny skies, but by Tuesday night, the clouds will build back in with the next chance for some rain and mixed precip to build in right around midnight into early Wednesday morning. Not a lot of accumulation areas well north of Madison. Might see about an inch. We might get about a 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 of an inch around Madison, but this tapers off by your drive into work Wednesday, and temperatures will climb above freezing again, so anything that does fall will certainly melt. Our next chance for some rain will build in for Thursday, so not much of a break there. Rain chances likely throughout the day on Thursday. Friday, we're back to sunshine before more rain for the second half of the weekend. Overnight tonight, we'll drop to the low 30s. Partly cloudy skies by early Tuesday morning. Mostly sunny on Tuesday with high temperatures in the upper 40s, so we do fall back just a little bit, just not quite as mild outside. But the rest of the week, we stay above average. Mostly sunny skies on Tuesday, and then for Wednesday, again, there is going to be that light rain possibility early on in the day, or mixed, I should say, rather than rain. And then temperatures climb for Wednesday. We're expecting some shower chances on Thursday, sun again on Friday, and then we flip back to the rain on Saturday. As we look ahead to next week, it does seem likely for a few more opportunities of light rain coming in. So if you're not a fan of the mud, if you have a yellow lab like I do, just know that everything's going to stay a little muddy, a little dirty, covered in dog prints for the next few days.
That's a spring-like stretch.
Absolutely. We get some sun, we get some rain, and temperatures in a very, very mild spot. So
I see the robins are back.
The robins are back.
Which means it should snow again.
Exactly. But you're so right. The migration is now coming back on up. up to us. I saw a big flock of mallards coming through, a lot of waterfowl coming back up.
Red-winged blackbirds,
yes,
robins.
Yes. Our production guy was showing us some pictures just a little bit ago of all the birds coming back in, so it's getting
Good
there.
time of the year,
Yes.
yeah.
All right. Thank you, Dana.
Thanks, Dana.
Well, wouldn't it be convenient if you could take your children to work, enjoy a meal, and maybe even a date night all under one roof?
Sounds like a working parent's dream come true, right? Well, that innovative new concept is coming to Madison. The fraternal service organization Moose International is building Logic Everyday Community on Marshall Court in the village of Shorewood Hills. It doesn't open until later this spring, but we got a sneak peek inside. If you've driven down University Avenue recently, you might have wondered what the striking new building with the moose on the side is, in the shadow of UW Hospital.
This is Logic Everyday Community. It is the nation's first ever blend of co-working, flexible drop-in childcare, and craft food and cocktail all under one roof.
It's an ambitious new concept for working families that juggle it all. Tell me about this particular space.
Sure, we're an Everyday Kitchen. Everyday Kitchen will be your go-to spot for everything from coffee to cocktails.
For breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
That's right.
Logic Everyday Community offers full-service dining, shared office workspace, and flexible childcare all under one roof. So this is a place where you can have a workspace.
Yes.
And work on whatever you need to work on.
Right.
Drop your children in the childcare.
Correct.
And have a meal or a cocktail here in the kitchen.
That's right. The beauty of that, though, is that you can just use any one of those services that you need. There's no commitments to all of it. You come and use and pay for only the services that you need most. Logic Everyday Community is the place for modern working families, entrepreneurs, individuals, anybody who's looking for flexibility in their life. Moose International is our parent company. We are a 501c3 nonprofit cause-driven organization. The Moose have been priding themselves in supporting children, families, and communities for over 100 years. And that's exactly what we're doing through this space here today.
The childcare called Kids Camp is a fully licensed facility. Melinda Sheehan is the national director.
For flexible childcare that you can use days, nights, weekends, anywhere from full-time, part-time, anytime drop-ins. So we have weekly passes for families that are working full-time hours, but they just want to buy a week at a time, not a month at a time, so they can pick and choose. We have 4 classrooms for from licensing from 12 months to 12 years of age. So this is the nest, and each room has a mural. And as children progress in age, they go into the next room. So right now we're in the nest, and we're 12 months to 2 in this room. And then as they age out, they go into our meadow, which is ages 2 and 3. And then they go to the next room, age 4 and 5, which is our grove. And then to the final room, our mountaintop. So they start in the nest and progress by age all the way to the mountain.
The entire top floor of the building is the shared co-working area called Logic Workplace.
This is our co-working entrance. So here we have, we're obviously still unpacking here.
It's a space reimagined for today's modern workforce. So you have an opportunity to work either in a communal space or you can have a private office.
Absolutely.
You can have a private office as well.
Yes, so we'll offer everything from open task desks to dedicated desks, private offices, gather rooms, conference rooms. We have an event hall. So all of those things are available, and you can do everything from a drop-in day rate to a month-to-month membership.
So if I'm on campus and I'm working on a story, and I say, you know, I'd really like to just be in a different space and work on this story, maybe get a cup of coffee.
Yes.
Could I just spontaneously stop over here?
Absolutely. So our restaurant is open to the public, so if you prefer to hang out in Everyday Kitchen and do that, you can certainly do that. No charge whatsoever, no membership required. If you want a little bit more of a private space, you can just do a drop-in day rate with us in co-working.
Wow. Boy, so that makes it available for everyone.
Absolutely.
At any time.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the ultimate flexibility.
Ultimate flexibility. We want Madison to make this their community. So if that means that someone wants to come into this space for a month and they're just starting to figure out whether or not this new side hustle is going to be a thing and they're out in a month, glad we could be your space for a month. If they want to be here for 6, 9 months, a year, 2 years, we're not kicking them out. If they love it here and this is where they find their sense of community and they can grow, we say that we're for people who are ready to grow their purpose, passion, business or brand.
It's really cool. This is the second Logic Everyday community in the country. The flagship location is in Champaign, Illinois. Moose International is also building a third community in Louisville, Kentucky. The organization is also bringing a lot of jobs to the community. They're currently hiring for many positions. So if you want more information, go to their website, logic.org. And they're hoping to open late spring, early summer is the target. They don't have a specific opening date, but it's going to be a place for everyone in town. If you want to have dinner there, you can just go and have dinner. That's free.
But if I want a space, you got to pay a fee.
If you want a day rate, it's about $20. But as you see, you can get anything you can imagine there.
What a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, can't wait till it opens.
Yeah.
All right. There's more to come at 4. When we come back, we're talking with Dr. Zorba Pastor about the coronavirus.
And then tonight at 5, the latest from the Austin Valdez, Iowa County trial. The man accused of killing his stepfather. That's coming up tonight at 5.
Just because we're super hungry
doesn't mean you gotta spend a lot, because Denny's brought back the Super Slam with eggs, hash browns, bacon, sausage, and pancakes, all for just $5.99. The $5.99 Super Slam is back. See you at Denny's.
Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
My psoriatic arthritis pain, I had enough. It's not getting in my way.
Joint pain, swelling, tenderness, much better.
My psoriasis, clearer. Cosentix works on all of this.
4 years and counting.
So watch out.
I got this.
Watch me.
Real people with active psoriatic arthritis are feeling real relief with Cosentix. Cosentix is a different kind of targeted biologic. It treats the multiple symptoms of psoriatic arthritis to help you look and feel better. It even helps stop further joint damage. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to. Serious allergic reactions may occur.
I just look and feel better.
I got real relief with Cosentix.
Watch me.
Feel real relief. Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentix.
Let me introduce me.
Cuts, colors, braids, and fades. We stand for style. Cost Cutter Salons.
#1 in color in Wisconsin.
What makes you one of a kind?
I can ride a unicycle.
Acting's my passion. I love theater.
Time to embrace your uniqueness by taking the BU Pledge. A promise to celebrate yourself and your friends for being exactly who you are. Visit Channel 3000's Time for Kids page to sign the online pledge and enter to win cool giveaways.
Come on and take the BU Pledge.
SSM Health and News 3 Now encourage you to take part in the BU movement.
Tonight at 5, a second trial for an Iowa County man accused of killing his stepfather continues as jurors head to the location of where that homicide happened. The latest on the trial tonight at 5.
The rain will end tonight, although it may mix with snow north of Madison before ending. Sunshine tomorrow will be followed by rain and snow tomorrow night. My forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, Verona school district officials are responding after a substitute teacher was arrested on suspicion of sexual assault. We'll have the latest on News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back, everyone. The biggest story nationally, of course, continues to be coronavirus or COVID-19.
While your chances of getting it remain low, there's still plenty of questions about the virus. Dr. Zorba Pastor joining us from his office in Oregon to talk more about it. Hello, Zorba.
Hi, good to see you guys.
How worried should we be about this as individuals?
Well, I think the risk right now is very, very small. It's not zero, but it's very, very small. There are no cases really to speak of in our area. There's no active cases that we know of right now. But I think taking precautions is a good idea. So taking precautions means washing your hands. Now, there has been a run on hand sanitizer, as you know. And if you go up to the web, you can actually make a hand sanitizer with isopropyl alcohol, a cup of isopropyl alcohol, and 2/3 2/3 of a cup of alcohol and 1/3 of a cup of aloe vera gel or glycerin, and that'll make hand sanitizer. But the fact is, washing your hands in a sink works really, really well too. So you can do that. But keeping your hands clean, I think, is very important. The masks don't do anything. They make people feel better, but unless you have an N95 mask that's actually fitted for you, it really doesn't do anything. And I think that's really the issue. We have to remember, influenza is still the big killer. So far, the CDC has thought that 25,000 people have died from influenza this year. We know that last year was up in the $50,000 and $60,000 range, 50 and 60,000 people range. If you haven't gotten your flu shot, get your flu shot. That reduces the risk of death by 60%. It reduces the risk of hospitalizations by 60%. And too many people are cavalier about the flu shot. They go, it doesn't hit me. But the reality is that's going to kill a lot of people, maybe more people than COVID. But I think the fear is out there. The other thing I want to warn people is there is a lot of fake news out there. And in fact, the BMJ recently had an article today about how many fake news sites that are out there, that it's the deep state, that it's political, and all these other things. If you want information, go to a reliable site like the CDC site or the Mayo Clinic site or the University of Wisconsin site, and you'll get good information. But there's a lot of bad information out there, and there's a lot of trolling on that bad information site where they'll say, we'll protect you, give us your information, give us your social security numbers. You've got to be very careful about the websites you go to for more information.
If it comes to Wisconsin, eventually it probably will, and you're worried, you're having symptoms, and you're concerned, will you be able to go to your doctor and get a definitive test to determine whether you have this or not?
Well, that is the problem. The problem is a lot of COVID-19 feels just like influenza. It feels like a cold or a sore throat. The kits are not readily available. They are available, but there are not a lot of kits right now that are out there. The CDC has finally opened up the gauntlet, if you will, to allow more kits to actually be there, and I would expect over the next week that we will see more and more kits. But you need a clinical judgment. In other words, you need to go into someone, see whether or not you have it, and then see whether or not the test can be done. But right now, there's not a lot of tests available, so I'm not exactly sure how easy it is to get them. Once they come into this area, we need more tests, and that's where we need support by the state government, the federal government, to get these tests in the hands of clinicians, doctors like myself, so you can actually test for it when it comes into our area. Because you're right, if it's not here now, it certainly is going to be here another time.
The other thing is the Lancet.
Yeah, and there's no vaccine or anything. I think that's part of the.
There's no vaccine. And you know what? There won't be a vaccine for a while. It always takes a year or two. You've got to test it for safety, and it's in the pipeline, but it's not going to be here for a while. And there are a lot of viruses that we have never developed a vaccine for, so hopefully we'll have one. The other thing is that people who are older are more likely to die from it. Not young children that often hit a number of pandemics, but people over the age of 60, especially those with heart disease and diabetes. That's what just came out in the Journal of Lancet today, that it showed that older people with medical problems are the ones who are most likely to get sick and actually suffer from this.
All right, wash those hands. All right, it's time to call in now. If you have any medical questions for Dr. Zerba-Passer, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, we'll take your questions about if you want to talk about coronavirus or any medical questions. The number is 270-9933. Stand by real quickly. We're going to go to a quick break. And Zorba, you stand by as well. We'll take your calls when Live at 4 continues. We'll be right back.
Keep your wood floors looking their best with any of Surgenian's 3 hassle-free, dustless, and eco-friendly systems. Options include deep cleaning, clean screen and recoat, or dust-free sanding. Restore your wood floors today. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto is a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or allospirin, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure and trust your heart to Entresto.
Auto show concept cars are great, especially when affordability is part of the concept. Announcing Auto Show savings time at your local Ford dealer. Now get great deals on Explorer, Escape, Fusion, F-150, and more. Every Ford is proudly built with tomorrow's technology today, all with huge savings. Now that's a great concept. It's the final days of Auto Show savings time. Hurry to get Escape with FlexBuy and 0 for 66 financing plus $2,000 cash when you finance through Ford Credit.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
We made USAA insurance for busy veterans like Kate. So when her car got hit, she didn't waste any time. She filed a claim on her USAA app and said, that was easy. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for. USAA.
It's time to get to your calls. We have questions for Dr. Zorba Pastor. He's in his office in Oregon. And we'll start with Mark in Beloit. Hello, Mark. What's your question? Mark, you there? He's not there.
In the years to come?
He's wondering if there are more viruses to be expected in the future.
Of course. There always are more viruses. We had SARS, we had MERS, and now we have COVID-19, and there'll always be viruses in the future. We will never get away from viruses. And every year we have seasonal flu, and our hope is that COVID is like seasonal flu and that it'll just go away. And that's what happened with SARS and MERS. They just kind of disappeared. So who knows? Uncharted territory, for sure.
It definitely is. All right, let's go to Cheryl in South Beloit. Hi, Cheryl. What's your question?
Yeah, hi. I have a senior bus trip planned to New Orleans in a couple of weeks, and I am 75 with COPD, and now I'm a little worried about whether I should cancel it or not, or wear a mask, or what should I be doing what do you think would be good advice for me?
I definitely would not cancel it at this point. If you're going to have a senior bus trip with a bunch of kids from Wisconsin going down there right now to New Orleans, I would say go for it. Go to Mardi Gras. Have a wonderful time. But I wouldn't cancel it. And what you're going to make that decision a week or two before. You'll see what's happening. There might be a lot of COVID in Wisconsin or in New Orleans, and there might not be any at all. But right now, I would do it. I would suggest you do too.
All right. Let's go to Darlene in Lake Dalton. Hi, Darlene.
Hi there. I was wondering if you would get the virus, how long does it last?
Well, this is the interesting thing. So the article in The Lancet for looking at people in the hospital in Woburn, it turned out we thought the virus lasted viral shedding for about 2 weeks. And remember, the virus starts occurring before you really have any symptoms. So in other words, you're infectious before you even know you're infectious. But it doesn't seem to last for 2 weeks in hospitalized patients. In these patients, it lasted for 3 weeks. And that's a bit scary because we're doing 2-week quarantine. So the recommendation in The Lancet was anyone who's been quarantined and tested positive, you've got to make sure that they test negative before you actually release them. But it's somewhere in that right now. We think it's 2 to 3 weeks, but frankly, it's new science, so it's really up in the air. You want to stay informed.
Okay, let's go to Karen. Sorry about that. Hi, Karen. What's your question?
Okay. People or workers in restaurants, especially cooks, should they be wearing a mask?
No, masks really don't do anything at all. They don't do anything, not one thing at all. They really, because you blow out around the side of the mask, and if you're going to actually infect somebody, but it's really direct contact. It's not that it gets in the food. It's direct contact with roughly 6 feet away. That's how it can be spread. Does not stay in the air longer than that. Now, if you look at the contagiousness of measles, remember, we have a measles epidemic in certain parts of this country right now. Measles can travel 100 feet, that's 30 yards, and the measles virus can stay in the room for 2 to 4 hours after somebody leaves the room, and the contagiousness rate is 99%. So measles is far more contagious, for example, than COVID. COVID is not as contagious as measles. Masks aren't going to do anything. It's just a matter of keeping your hands clean like everybody else.
All right, let's go to Marvin now in Madison. Hi, Marvin.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Could be worse. I'm just a little worried about this virus going around, you know. I've been through 2 lung cancer surgeries, but I work part-time every day. I'm not around that many people at work, but sometimes I do a little driving on the side for the company, and so I'm out and about all across the state, and mingling with different people with my deliveries. And so my question is, should I just stop doing it and wait until they get this thing under control, or what?
I don't think at this point you need to worry. Now, a week from now, I might say something different. Now, if you were in Washington State and you were driving around Seattle where there's a hot spot, I would say you have to think twice about that. You've got to wash your hands. You've got to think about whether or not you want to take a risk. But right now in Wisconsin, we don't seem to have it. What's going to happen a week from now? I'm not sure. But I would say at this point, keep your hands clean. That's the main way that really keep from doing it, and stay away from people who are sick. So you just have to be aware of it.
I think it's the
now,
uncertainty.
do you want a hand pump or fist bump? That becomes a different issue. You want to keep your hands as clean as possible.
Yeah, I think it's the uncertainty that has spooked a lot of people.
It's a fluid situation,
right.
Yeah.
All right, we are out of time. Thanks for everyone for calling in. Zorba, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Zorba. Great to see you.
My pleasure.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Hi, I'm Travis Ganser. Looking to update your bath, shower, or your entire bathroom? Ganser is the answer with Bath Creations by Ganser Company.
Schedule your free in-home consultation or visit our beautiful showroom on the Beltline.
A local family-owned business of 4 generations.
Managing type 2 diabetes? Dimitri's on it. Eating right and getting those steps in?
On it.
Dimitri thinks he's doing all he can to manage his type 2 diabetes and heart disease, but is his treatment doing enough to lower his heart risk?
Sorry.
Maybe not. Jardiance can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults who also have known heart disease, so it could help save your life from a heart attack or stroke. And it lowers A1C.
Jardiance can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, genital yeast or urinary tract infections, and sudden kidney problems. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may be fatal. A rare but life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis or have severe kidney problems. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Lower A1C and lower risk of a fatal heart attack?
On it with Jardiance.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
Spend more time on your health, not your drive to the gym. Anytime Fitness has 40 area locations, so they're close to home and work. Get more strength training, more cardio, and more coaching at Anytime Fitness. Now, get a 2-week membership at Anytime Fitness for just $2.
Hi, I'm Travis Ganser. Looking to update your bath, shower, or your entire bathroom? Ganser is the answer with Bath Creations by Ganser Company.
Schedule your free in-home consultation or visit our beautiful showroom on the Beltline.
A local family-owned business of 4 generations.
Wisconsin voters deserve the truth. I'm News 3 Now's Amy Reed. I'm breaking down political ads, explaining whose money is behind them and separating truth from misinformation. Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
A wet evening.
Very, very wet outside. A little soggy. Everything's going to kind of stay soggy for the next few days, even with the sun tomorrow. So looking at our Edgewater sky cam right now, we got water droplets pull over the camera. Mostly cloudy skies with temperatures currently in the upper 40s. That's well above average. And we're going to continue to see showers as we look at the last 3 hours. The heavier rainfall right now starting to move into the northwest corner of Dane County. This is not our only opportunity for rain this week. We'll have showers through this evening, a break on Tuesday, another chance for some snow mixed with a bit of rain for Tuesday night into early Wednesday. Overall, though, temperatures are going to stay above average through the week, into the weekend, and for next week. Very spring-like stretch for us.
Well, keep an eye on the flooding, I guess, too.
It'll be something we'll be keeping a close eye, again, heading into the weekend. Right now, nothing in flood stage, but a lot of rain coming through.
All right, Dana, thank you.
Thanks, Dana.
Tomorrow on Live Before, our resident psychologist has some tips on getting through these troubling times.
And Consumer Reports has a meat lover's guide to healthy living. The two, they say, can go hand in hand.
Hear that, Dana?
Yeah, that's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.